Yes, great. Thanks, Yalini.
Yes,
Uh,
Shalini, sorry to interrupt. Can you hide that notification? Thank you so much. Kishoth, go ahead, please.
yes, yeah, right. So hi everyone who presented here today. A very good evening. And this is Kishoth Navaretnarajah, the co-founder of DreamSpace Academy, and I joined with Yalini Pushpakant, the guardian of biolab at DreamSpace Academy. So we recently connected with Microasia team to talk about the fungi research, the mycelium research, so which we initiated as a citizen research in 2020, later 2020, the latter part of 2020. So, DreamFungi is the research that we conducted, but DreamFungi is the first ever open biolab in Sri Lanka that we built in 2019, so to say. So I want to give a little bit of background about DreamSpace so that everyone understand better why DreamSpace is. So DreamSpace Academy started with the personal experiences, the life experiences, and also the experiences that we had in the 3 decades of civil war in Sri Lanka. The civil war created a huge impact on our socio-economy, so which means that it get affected our green economy, bioeconomy, blue economy. Together, everything was affected during the war, and then so many international aids were harbored in Sri Lanka to provide significant, support. They were providing everything for free. They were making dependent, but not independent. And this is created a mechanism that could not solve any local challenges sustainably. So which means the local problems of the local communities were not solved. So what we did is, as DreamSpace Academy, so we came out with an empowerment program to empower locals to solve the local challenges. So that's the whole idea of DreamSpace, is to empower the motivated individuals to become change makers, entrepreneurs, to solve their local challenges in their own communities. Next slide, Yal. Yeah. So these are some of the figures, which motivated us to start. We also have, to tell. In terms of figures and numbers, in 2018, Sri Lanka faced a huge economic default. But now, of course, we have a great impact. But in 2017-18 period is the first time that we had a huge economic downfall, which is then it is 9.1 billion USD. And also in later part of 2018, the Global Innovation Index also ranked Sri Lanka as one of the least innovative countries. The story which we had was the connection between the nature and the human. So where we faced the elephant animal, the human elephant conflict. So if you see numbers in 2018, the human died because of elephant attack is 93, and human killed 319 elephants, which you can imagine how the gap that we had between the bio ecosystem and the human ecosystem. So this is also one of our story to start a DreamSpace Academy. So if you see, DreamSpace Academy is a non-profit social enterprise to solve local socio-economic and environmental challenges through challenge-based learning, like education, innovation, and entrepreneurship. So these are our key pillars of DreamSpace Academy. Can you, next slide, yeah? Next slide, Yalini. Yeah, we can skip. Yeah, okay. So DreamSpace Life Cycle. So this is the significant program of DreamSpace Life Cycle. Can you go to the slides before the program slide? Yeah. So DreamSpace Life Cycle. We have a story, but I mindful of the time, I'm going to skip all the storylines. But just to show this the diagram. So the DreamSpace life cycle is an 18 months long program. It's an 18 months long incubation program. So where we identify motivated individuals across Sri Lanka and we bring them to our facility in Batticaloa and we train them on challenge-based learning. We train them on different labs at DreamSpace. We have different labs, electronics lab, software lab, music lab, media lab, renewable lab, agriculture lab, biolab, like different language lab, business lab. So we have different varieties of labs so that the individual that we're identifying gets an interdisciplinary skills and getting a, one field as their domain area. So once we identify them and they are undergoing the training, they identify the domain area, okay, in which field I'm going to be master at. So is it biolab or software lab or electromechanics or which field, right, in the labs that we have, or whatever their field, they're thinking, okay, I'm going to be expert in this field. So, and also they get further training in that lab. While they're also getting training, they also do community research in their areas where they come from, and they identify challenges in their community. And all these challenges were analyzed with the support system that we have at DreamSpace, and they come up with solutions. So we co-create the solutions with them, so which we call grassroots innovation. So the grassroots innovation itself will become a lifelong interest of the candidate that we identify. So which means that the innovation will be their impact venture, their entrepreneurial journey, right? So while they are building the grassroots innovation, we'll also identify a potential mentor for them and also opportunities that they can get some international exposure or connecting with an international expert, that things also will be happening while they were getting the trainings, working on the solution, and also getting this outside knowledge. So that's what we call it, domain expertise. Like in earlier, we also have a story that one of our candidates who was building an underwater glider got an opportunity to participate in the Plogan Ocean Glider School that's in Canarian Islands. Likewise, at the 5th stage of the, you can show that thing. And also at the last stage, the impact venture building stage, the candidate, like spin off their startup. So this is one of our candidates, Sanjeevan. So he, at the age of 19, he incubated his startup called Ocean Biome, which do like, research, innovation, and trainings and researchers on the ocean ecosystem. So we connected with different mentors. They get training from the business lab. So they go and pitch at different investors, hackathons, and get funding and all the support system to come up with their venture. So this is what DreamSpace Academy do as the primary program, the DreamSpace Lifecycle program. So go to the next slide, Yalin. So these are some of the labs that we have at DreamSpace. Next slide. Yeah, next slide. So these are the infrastructure and the facilities that we have at DreamSpace. It's called collective, all the kind of industrial space with all the machinery in this one. So the DreamSpace High with the biolab, space lab, and other facilities. Next slide. Yeah, so now we are coming back to like the thing that connected to our session today, the biolab. So why we have so much of these labs at DreamSpace, and why specifically we have biolab? Like having a tech and an electronics and programming space is very traditional. Everywhere you can see that, but why biolab? And that is also, we call it the open biolab for citizen research. So, so if you see in Sri Lanka, go to the next slide, Alni. If you see in Sri Lanka, there's a huge gap in biotech industry. Though we have established Sri Lanka Biotech Institute, still we don't have the passion in people to jump into this, biotech industry or biotech trainings and educations. There's a huge gap, and since we have this SLIPTech, Sri Lanka Institute of Biotechnology, we don't have so many people enrolling and getting education in this field to conduct life science research or researchers that matters for Sri Lanka. So it's seen a huge gap. Um, Next slide, yeah. And so in order to tackle that huge gap, so we identified two perspectives, right? Even when I studied at my school and even people at university, um, we were not allowed that much to use or play with the biolabs, right? So there were like many limitations, not certain limitations, there are always limitations to engage in labs, to work on equipment. Okay, it will break, you will spoil it, damage it. In order to like break that barrier, so we built the biolab as a open biolab in order to build the people like the tomorrow's young people to have that idea to have that interest towards bioscience and biotechnology, and and we started in 20 like late part of 2020 with a table of few chemicals and some gadgets and a cupboard to be used as a biosafe and an incubator, so to say. So we started with a table and a cupboard. So now how it is happening is, next slide. Yeah, so we have kind of a biosafety level one, biolab, an open biolab with the industrial, different gadgets, the biosafe, different other tools. So we have different stores for different stuff. So earlier, like we were in a 10 to 10 biolab, now in a very fully fledged, a very big space biolab now. And let's see like what we are doing now in order to disseminate this knowledge and awareness. So the first thing that we are doing, we're doing researches for different people because like if you have an idea, like in Sri Lanka, like I heard from a fellow like Ahmed that they got different funds and grants from even from the government, but here if you like doing researches and things, like you don't get like open funding or open even loans for researchers. It's very hard to get that. So we are supporting researchers. Whoever comes with an idea, we support them, we make their research to make it, to go to that, go to market product. Till that, we do the support system for them. And the next thing that we do is awareness and training. As I said, we need to disseminate the knowledge as much as we can. So that's what we do as a second one. And the next one is about, we also facilitate different research, international researchers to come to Sri Lanka, conduct researches on biotechnology, especially mycelium, because Sri Lanka has different types of mycelium, like mushrooms, and we are working with only 4,000 varieties right now, like identified species. And also we engage with partnerships and investment. As everyone like at the session said, like funding is a very big challenge in terms of research, and especially the mycelium research in Sri Lanka. It's really a huge struggle. So whoever like wants to explore in that field, in that genre, we bring support system from our international body, to come and witness the work of different researchers, and we allow them to pitch and get some like partnerships or investments to kickstart, their researchers. And the other thing is also supporting the local farmers, like mushroom farmers. we visit them and we recommend few best practices that could be done in order to get a higher yield and how they can do practice in a pragmatic way. So these also one of the thing we do here, and the other one, yeah. So outreach and local partnership. So we are currently since last year. So we are working on outreach and local partnerships. That's where we also found Micro Asia, and also we are also like partnered with different universities right now through the connection shared by Dr. Bella. We also like working with the University of Rajarata. So they have a big facility and they also like want to learn from us, so we are in a good like contact now, so to exchange ideas and to make it really go to market product, because most of the researchers in Sri Lanka, they end with the paper, not to translate into a commercial product or really a go to market product. So we are now helping out how we can get that to the next level even after they graduate the university, what kind of a support system that they can get. So we are exploring these mechanisms as well with the universities right now. And so let's talk about DreamFungi. So like Yalini will get through that afterwards, because I'm also like starting my next treatment session in few minutes, so I will be leaving out. And so to talk about DreamFungi, we participated in global bio fellows summit. So we also like one of the first Sri Lankan to participate in the fellowship program, and later on like we were sending people. So DreamFungi is the first ever research that we conducted in later in 2020. So that's why we create the biolab actually. Like, okay, we had to start, disseminating the biotechnology. So we also have to start, let's say, since we have this open science, open biolab, doesn't matter, okay, like people will come. So we have to show them what this, open biolab can do, what it can deliver. So that's why where we start the mycelium, the research, right? So we call it DreamFungi, DreamSpace or DreamFungi. So that's how it is started. So Yalini will guide you through simple process. Maybe everyone, I think, here will know about the culturing and making it, but she will anyhow, guide through our way how we have done it, and what are the other projects that we have um, done at the biolab. So there are different researchers so going on. We have received a number of awards, like international awards, in terms of engagement, science engagement awards, as shared by Dr. Roy Sharma. So there are like few awards and recognitions that we received. We are working on different people, mentors, organizations across the world who are working on mycelium research. We also like bringing different other people from abroad to work on DreamFungi. Yeah, so Yalini, to you, maybe you can quickly go through. So I will be here for another 5 minutes. So if you go through, like I can, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Kishoth. For the DreamFungi process, we successfully developed known and how and prototypes for mycelium-based biocompost material. Initially, we just checked with the culture, and then we observed these things. The mycelium characteristics is persevere while growing and decompose bio-waste to grow. Dried materials has different elasticity depending on mushroom, phase, and substrate. In our biolab, we working with oyster, reishi, and turkey tail, and also we work with different mushrooms. It is not identified. It's from Sri Lankan mushroom. We didn't identify it yet. and we achieved enhanced strength and reduced moisture absorbance through controlled processing techniques. These are our works. And we stored mycelium in liquid form to use in future works as well. We didn't use any chemicals to store, just we store with agar, and we cleaned mycelium by hydrogen peroxide only. These are our progress. These are developed in our biolab. This was developed with architect, and she's a visiting lecturer from Morto University. She came with this concept, and we helped her to develop as a sculpture from mycelium. These are our other products from biolab. We are now researching on natural color pigment extraction from flowers and plants, and also we are developed biodegradable packaging material from palmyra fruit. It's a starch based packaging material. We are plan to develop as a alternative for inner packaging material. It's already has a good strength and elasticity as already marketed in starch-based bioplastic and biodegradable packaging material. These are our grassroots innovations from our DreamSpace from different lab and biolab.
Yeah, you can yeah. So change Yalini. So these are some of the the grassroots innovation, the Corona Hunter. We also like work with AI and different other process as well. And the next one, Yalini, like we can quickly go. And yeah, so these are some of the numbers. So how many innovations and how many ventures have spinned off as of now? And yeah, so next slide. Yes. These are the ventures. So Benzyme is one of the biotech startup, and there is another startup called on mycelium that called Cymase. Cymase is another startup that spin off from DreamSpace Academy. Yeah, next slide. Yeah, next slide. Yeah. So these are some of the achievements that we received. Yeah, see, these are some of the recognitions. Yeah, so thank you, Dr. Bella and Roy Sharma for the opportunity, and thanks, everyone for listening to what we are doing at Sri Lanka, back home, and how we are trying to tackle the gap in biotech in Sri Lanka, and also like we really wanted to work on bringing the DreamFungi into a level so I really got some connection, and these are our practices that we do from the grassroots level, and we also learned a lot from you all. And if you have any questions, yeah, please do ask, and happy to answer.
Thank you, Kishoth and Yalini, for the wonderful presentation and enlightening us about your work, great works you are doing in Sri Lanka. Please keep up the good work, and thank you for sharing your journey with us. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, please raise your hand. I will let you ask the question.
Thanks, Dr. Bill.
Yeah, thank you. Sure. Just wait for maybe 5 minutes. That should be done. Kishoth, can you just give me some insights how India and Sri Lanka can collaborate? I mean, not India and Sri Lanka, basically mycologists and mycophiles of India and Sri Lanka can collaborate, centered around DreamFungi project. You just give us, yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Bella, because what I see is there are already in the Indian, maybe the mycology industry is very far ahead compared to Sri Lanka, and also the Sri Lankan mycology sector is really untapped, and the Rajarata University they also got a kind of a 30 million USD grant from ADB, and they're kind of building it now. But there are different other universities also doing it, but they don't know what are the right approach to go forward in their research practices. And I think it's a good avenue where Micro Asia and the different industries presented today, they can come and share their knowledge and insights, with the university, so that they can. That is the best avenue that we get if we have kind of challenges in partnering with the university and going through the approach. We can definitely there are different people, there are individuals and small grassroots organizations who are really working on different researches. We can start with them as well, so we can bring back the knowledge. And also we can the mushroom species in Sri Lanka also can be researched by you all in what are the best phase that we can make out of the species here. So that's also we have to talk about. And the psychedelic mushroom is not a thing in Sri Lanka. It is not legalized, but many people don't know about that. People in this area only know about that. So this is an avenue where we can collaborate and actually build the micro industry in Sri Lanka. So it will be a great collaboration.
Yeah, to start with, maybe Indian startups focusing on fungi could collaborate with DreamSpace Academy and jointly conduct online programs so that we can create awareness. I mean, we can create awareness about DreamSpace Academy in India and vice versa about startups in Sri Lanka. So maybe we can keep talking, and one day we'll be having offline events together. What do you think?
Definitely, Dr. Bella. Maybe we can come over there as a delegation, some of us, and that way we also start and collaborate from there as well.
Yeah, I think as you told me, your team members are visiting Delhi soon. Maybe if people from Delhi, my friends from Delhi could connect with you and just get talking. Thank you very much, Kishoth.
Thank you.
Wish you speedy recovery. And Yalini, thanks for the presentation, and Kishoth for waiting for your turn and just finishing it off today. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thanks, Dr. Bella. Thank you so much.
Yeah, take care. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last presentation of today's event. Now we will spend next 5 to 10 minutes listening to the feedback, verbal feedback. Anybody interested in giving a feedback, please do raise your hand and just speak up. Rohit, am I audible?
Yes, Dr. Shah, you're clearly audible here.
If anybody has any